Good evening.
Evening.
I'm Dave,
I'm Dave.
and we're both Dave. So tonight's hot pocket is
Hot pocket.
hot pocket. Russia. If you haven't noticed lately, if you don't have a window or a TV or social media, I think there's a few people out there yet that don't have social media. Russia has apparently invaded Ukraine.
It's.
Um,
I don't think it's apparently anymore. I think it's a.
no, it's not allegedly anymore.
No,
We
it's.
can actually say it without risk of getting sued.
Yeah.
All right. So Russia did invade Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's not the Ukraine, it's Ukraine. There's a lot of corrections going on that. Proper grammar today, because you must have proper grammar when discussing a war. And according to liberals, you must use proper pronouns too. It's folks, FOLX, when referring
Nice.
to anybody in Ukraine,
Oh.
not the. Yeah, you're not supposed to use gendered language when referring to anybody in Ukraine
Oh.
in tweets.
Got it.
That's the rules.
So is it Kiev or the?
Kiev, and I think it's right next to chicken.
No, it's definitely
I had to
Kiev.
do it.
It's not. It's not Kiev. It is. It's Kiev. So you
I've been
know.
waiting to do that. Y'all been holding on to that one for a long time. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Vlad Buddy decided he was gonna head off to Ukraine there
Mm-hmm.
and get himself some more farmland.
Yep.
Um, Supposedly, strategic move to add to. Well, nobody really knows there why and what and how.
I
But
just threw up a little meme or a political cartoon. Just world chess match. Got Biden
oh,
masked versus Putin on the other side. Putin has chess pieces.
mhm,
Biden has checkers.
checkers.
So
Yeah, that's the equally matched
yeah,
two there. He's been saying with his tweet that he put out a couple of years ago, or during the campaign, I do believe it was. Putin would never go toe to toe with him because he's the only one that's dealt with Putin before,
hmm
and Putin's scared of him. Of course, it's the whole all right, well, Putin's is going to war while you're president, and everyone's saying, well, Trump 4 years of no war,
hmm
and of course, the initial response is because Trump was Putin's puppet and had him in his back pocket and he controlled him, so that's why there was no war. He was doing Putin's bidding.
right.
Yeah.
Which, if you were essentially Putin's little bitch, just wouldn't he have gone to war against you?
You think he'd just walk right into Ukraine and just say,
Right.
mine, finders keepers,
But
possession is
like,
9/10 of the law kind of thing.
if Trump was so much in Putin's pocket, you would think that like Trump would have like uh, assisted in the takeover of
Oh yeah,
Ukraine.
and you go to war and there wouldn't be any sanctions.
Yeah,
But now there's sanctions after the fact.
yeah. You generally want to do sanctions after they do something, not when you're, I don't know, piling up military across all their borders and saying that they're not a country and belong to Russia.
Yeah, and he did some pretty not even oh we'll slap your hand if you dare. So now the whole thing was it's like, what are you waiting for? Dead bodies.
Right.
So now we got dead bodies. We have dead Ukrainians and probably some Russians too, but um
I've seen
and now
some.
he puts the sanctions in place.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of like Ukrainian like armored vehicles destroyed on the sides of the roads. And it was just really interesting. This guy's like driving around in his Toyota Corolla, just taking videos of like the aftermath of like
Jesus.
you know it, I mean, I get it that you're doing it for the likes, but come on, man. Be safe out there. Don't be
Right.
driving around in war zones trying to get trying to get that Instagram going.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I saw CNN out there. Of course. Yeah, we're real close and got the bombs. They're going off all around us and everything. And okay, you're pretty far away from where they're actually fighting, but
Yeah, it's
so
not a knocking on a reporter because I mean,
well, the Fox News guy, he had the flak vest jacket on, he had the helmet on and everything, and he's just like all hunkered down behind sandbags. He goes, "They ain't getting me, damn it!"
like blue, and it just says press.
Yeah, they're getting apparently talked to by the Ukraine officials, security forces, police, or whatever they want to call them over there. They're not to show lights or how they have anything laid out at night. Supposed to keep a tight shot on the reporters if you're reporting outside at night.
Oh, makes sense.
So you don't show so Russia's not watching TV.
Yeah.
Watching the news, going, "Hey, there they are, right there.
Right.
Go get them."
So, and I think a lot of places kind of just skirted over the fact that wasn't there a numerous amount of like fighter jets that China sent over Taiwan? Did you hear about that?
No.
Wow.
No,
yeah.
fill me in on this Taiwan. I haven't had a chance to look that up. I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, apparently, I just know the snippet of that China fighter jets entered Taiwanese airspace today sometime. So, kind of like a weird that two kind of superpowers are both showing military. Well, one's definitely showing military aggression, and the other one's kind of flexing his little thing, and and saying, "I can play too." So I'm just waiting for Kim Jong Un down there in North Korea to be like, "The boys are going crazy. I want to go crazy too."
I got a nuke. I got one.
Yeah,
Don't know if it works.
I'm gonna try it.
We're gonna see if this works. Yeah, Jesus. Did you see that one? You see the air traffic control map of the planes, and they're all like,
yeah, and the
Ukraine's airspace.
Air India.
Air India decides to go, "Fuck it." Goes right. Straight right.
Like
dead center, right?
I'm hitting this damn deadline. I'm gonna get there.
Right. He's got some people on that flight that need to make it to a meeting or something. They're going straight through.
I don't know. Have you ever done like the transatlantic flights or any kind of flights?
No.
Oh,
not
okay.
transatlantic. No.
So when you're on that flight, like little screens that you get to watch, like whatever, watch a show or a movie or whatever. There's a channel that shows like where you are on the map.
Oh God.
And you just imagine like you're sitting there flying, just kind of like, well, I know we're in the area, and then you flip to that channel and be like, okay, we're not in the area, we are in the area.
In the area.
Would we not be over Ukraine right now? That'd be great.
Excuse me, fast.
Yeah, can we?
Can we?
Just a little bit.
You gotta wonder what that pilot was thinking.
That pilot was thinking, I'm not getting fined for being late, or
right. The only one going straight through.
Yeah, it bombed through. I've seen some funny memes about it, but yeah. So like, kind of, yeah, with the whole, Russia invading thing, I had heard this. It was a snippet, that I heard on the radio, and it just caught my ear, and I was like, that's really interesting. So I had to look it up. I wanted to fact check it. So I'm pulling it up right now, and what they were talking about was that Texas, just the state of Texas, its GDP is higher than all of Russia. And I was like, that's gotta be BS. There's no way that one state in the United States outweighs an entire country. Fact. So I have it pulled up. It's on statista.com. Right here, Texas GDP of to 2020 was 1.7 trillion US dollars, 2000 to 2020, so a 20-year span. 1.7 trillion dollars, and here is Russia, 1.46 trillion. So Texas, Russia in economy. So where I was going with that is if Russia is trying to do like a long game war, they're definitely going to have to be funded outside, most likely from old Winnie the Pooh.
Well, that's what they're doing. Well, that's the sanctions. It's the banking sanctions.
Yeah.
Is Biden's putting in place, except for SWIFT and a few other things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I mean, you know, it leads to like the ground game. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, first of all, how are you going to take over this country? First of all, this entire war is Trump's fault. We all know that. It's his fault.
Mm-hmm.
He did it. And I swear to God, no matter what happens in this world, liberals will find a way to bend over backwards and do mental gymnastics and whatever they got to do to somehow justify whatever this administration does.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't matter what they do. They will justify their actions to no end, to the ends of the earth. They're that loyal and dedicated. Now, I may be a conservative and I may have voted for Donald Trump and I may like Donald Trump, but I tell you, if Donald Trump does something wrong, I'm going to call him out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to support the guy blindly and stand up and justify everything he does. Should he tweet less? Probably. Well, probably not less. Should he tweet differently? Yeah. Sometimes some of this stuff, the way he tweets, but it makes it fun and exciting.
It was exciting.
It was exciting.
You'd wake up every morning and go, "Ooh, what did we get tonight?"
It's just a whole new adventure every day. Yeah, every day is an adventure. But I didn't agree with a lot of stuff. You know, some of the things he does, some of the policies he put in place, I argued with him, not with him, but about them. But the blind faith everybody puts in Biden and this administration is just ungodly, unhealthy. It's anybody or anything but Republican, anything but conservative, anything but Trump. And we could flip sides and we could say, you know what? We're for 56 genders. And they would go, no, there's only 2.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter. You're going to be totally against whatever the right is against. You're going to be complete opposite of whatever we say. And you can call it every single time. But it's going into war or him trying to take this country is why, you know, it's a prime example of the United States is never going to be invaded. If this escalates to World War III, it's going to be a cyber warfare. It's going to be a cyber war or it's going to be a nuclear war. If it's a nuclear war, you might as well just go stand on your deck and take it. And unless you want to be in that dystopian nightmare, it's going to be hell.
I think
because
I think the whole idea of nuclear war, I can't see it. It's that assurance of mutual destruction. You know, it's
like if you're going to take me out, I'm going to take you out. But who's going to push the button first?
Right.
You know, because essentially you don't go to war to completely destroy your opponent. That's not the object, unless you're that pissed off at them. But again, it's going to be mutual destruction, mutually assured destruction. Putin can't expect to launch a nuclear missile at the United States and expect the United States to sit there and go, oh, okay, well, we lost.
Right.
But then again, if he wins and we don't launch, what does he gain? A sheet of glass, an uninhabitable island
Yeah,
for the next, I don't know, how long does it take?
long time.
Hundreds of years? I mean, is Chernobyl still, which the Russians have now, Chernobyl, they took it.
Yeah.
Is Chernobyl even habitable?
No.
I mean, I know there's a red zone around it,
No, there's a red zone. I know they built the coffin
but
thing around
yeah,
it.
the coffin thing over it. They had to,
But
but
as
I
it
know
goes
there's
for
a
like people,
secure,
as it goes for people living around there, no, because I know there's
it's still too high,
yeah, it's still too high. Like animals and stuff are still like
but that wasn't even that long ago.
no,
So, I
no.
mean, it's a half life of radiation, so it really never goes away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that one meme I sent you here is what they're saying now is they don't do a ground game on the United States because of the Second Amendment. Justin
Right.
Trudeau had such an easy time doing what he did because he knew nobody was armed. He knew there was no weapons up there. Going into the Ukraine, Zelensky said martial law, but you know what? Everybody grab a shotgun. Everybody can have a gun. Everybody can take the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Just start taking them out. You see a Russian, take them out. Free to shoot any Russian you want to shoot, which kind of bizarre when you think about the whole concept.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing of in the United States. If Russia were to hit our shores and they were to overwhelm or surprise the military, I wouldn't put it past the president, whoever it may be, to go, okay, citizens, you got more guns than anybody on planet freaking Earth. Take them out.
Absolutely.
And
And I don't even think it
liberals
would.
hide in your basement. Conservatives, we got this.
I don't even think it would take an order from the president to do that. And
Well, no, but
I'd even go as far as saying like, think of these organized gangs that we have, and these are massive organized gangs in the United States. I could see all of them. Like let's say Russia tries to get into LA. You'd have like the Bloods, the Crips, and the MS-13. They're gonna be
Yeah, go
like,
ahead.
they're
Go
gonna
take
look at
DC.
they're gonna look at each other and be like, all right, guys, let's put our stuff on hold for a second. Let's get rid of these dudes.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back to like figuring out who's got what. But first, yeah, let's get these guys
The
out of
enemy
here.
of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, so like,
Yep.
it,
Well, yeah, and that's just it. It's a matter of they don't know where the guns are. They don't know what we look like or who we got. And if you see a Russian, a vehicle going down the street and they're headed towards your downtown area and you happen to have yourself a sniper rifle and you're going to start taking shots at that guy. If you can take
right.
him out, you know what you're doing. So invading the United States,
we are in no way advocating anybody.
We're
to go
not
out and
advocating violence.
to go
yes.
shoot
Let's
Russians
just make
or
that
anything.
straight right
This
now.
is purely hypothetical. So
if that were to happen, hypothetically
yeah,
speaking,
please, people,
don't go shooting Russians.
Don't
please
go shooting
Russians.
Russians.
But
just gotta
but
put
again,
that. Just gotta put that in there.
Let's put a little disclaimer out there. Which is you get the liberals that are going, well, how can these guns? They can't beat fighter jets and tanks and all that kind of stuff. Russia has tanks and fighter jets, and they have battleships. And it's like, okay, well, try and take over a city with a battleship, or even a tank, or even a drone or fighter jet. How are you going to take over that city hall with a fighter jet?
It doesn't.
You're going to land it? Where are you going to land it?
I can
100 miles away at the nearest airport.
I can speak from very real experience that just rolling a tank in does not take over a city. It does not take over a town. It's an impressive show of force. You want to walk outside and see a T-72 whatever tank sitting out in front of your house? Hell no. But did that tank take over your house?
Actually,
what does it take?
What does it take to take that tank out?
Explosives?
Right. Not much, really. And I mean, you can get pretty close to a tank without the tank knowing you're there, can't you? You would think. Or is that just the movies?
No, yeah, I mean, Yeah, there's always blind
I mean,
spots.
right. You got to have blind
Not on
spots.
an American tank though. No blind spots.
No blind
Everyone
spots.
else is.
They have they have the cameras, like the reverse cameras, blind spot sensors, just like the cars. Same
Sure.
thing.
Just like that.
Yep. Little camera monitor that pops up when they put it in reverse.
Oh, but I mean,
Beep, beep.
a true tank crew would never have their hatches open, so good luck getting inside.
Well, yeah.
But then again, I mean, soldiers are people, and eventually people mess up. And
All you do is take the track out, basically, and you've disabled the entire tank.
absolutely,
I mean, until he runs out of ammo,
absolutely.
because he can't come out like change the tire.
No, it's not. It's not just.
Jack it up.
There's
Get the
no
jack. Let's go.
There's no special
No
button for
spare?
changing a tank tire.
But well, anyway, back to this.
Mhm.
It's like this meme says, police are needed to maintain a police state. Boots on the ground. No matter how many police you have on the ground, they will always be vastly outnumbered by civilians.
Yep.
Which is why in a police state, it's vital that your police have automatic weapons, while the people have nothing. But we'll let you read the meme. But
It's up.
when every random pedestrian could have a Glock in their waistband and every random homeowner an AR-15, all of that goes out the window because now the police are outnumbered in the face of reality of bullets coming back at them. So, and like they say, if you want living examples of this, look at every insurgency in the U.S. military has tried to destroy. They're sticking with nothing but AK-47s, pickup trucks, and improvised explosives. Because these big, scary military monsters you keep alluding to are all but useless for dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, arming an entire country can take out battleships, tanks, and fighter jets. Yeah, a fighter jet can destroy a city, but what use is governing a destroyed city?
And
Great, you've destroyed and leveled a city. Now you got to take it over and govern it. Why? There's nothing left.
Here's just another aspect. Like, I don't know if this.
He already
I don't,
doesn't have money.
I don't know if like this was some like idea that Russia was going to come to the U.S. or something to that effect. But for Russia to even get a battleship into territory for the United States would be an incredible feat. Our Navy is just would
Yeah.
trounce the Russian Navy, the air power, everything like that. It's just not happening. There's
Yeah. It's for that ship to get close enough
right
to do anything outside of
The-
nuclear weapons.
the submarines that are chilling out, just all over the place. It ain't happening. It's not like you can just sneak a battleship into.
Well, come on, they go in the fog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't see a submarine just crawl along the bottom of the ocean and just sneak up? That works, right?
Submarines can.
Yeah, they'll never track you.
Oh. But a battleship? This ain't. You don't just hide that thing. Like,
What's that? That's out on Lake Michigan.
don't
out
look
there.
here. You just put up a big
What the
big
hell?
mirror so you can't see past. Like what?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth battleship.
Stealth battleships, and you have to
Stealth
figure out a way
technology.
to make the water not ripple behind you for miles.
Driving a storm.
Oh,
Stay between the waves.
yeah.
Run silent.
So you have to plan your invasion during a storm,
Mhm.
in the fog,
In the winter.
at night.
At
in
night.
winter.
Oh, at night.
Okay, got it. Sounds easy.
Yeah. Just follow the hurricane in, you'll be good to go.
Oh, yeah.
Just drive in the eye of the storm. All the
There
way
you go.
in.
Just ride the eye.
Ride the eye all the way in.
That one big fleet of ships would not get picked up on a Doppler radar. They're like, well, what's all this stuff in the middle of it? I don't know. It's just the
Hail.
eye. Must be
Hail.
new.
Must be bringing an island with it. I don't know.
Oh,
It's one of those newfangled storms. It's
yeah.
what the hell the names they got for him now? It's a squall.
Snow squall.
Snow squall.
Get yourself a snow squall.
Fuck is a snow squall?
I don't know.
Yeah, we all got that alert that one day. We're all sitting
Mm.
here like, we're like, what the fuck? Snow squall warning, snow squall warning. We're like, what the fuck do we do for a snow
Yeah.
squall?
I like your post is like most Googled thing out of Kenosha. What is a snow squall?
Right?
Like,
Nobody knew what a snow squall. We've never had a snow squall warning. Never had a snow squall. I don't
No.
think ever announced. There's so many people on social media. What's a snow squall? And should I be afraid? Should I stock up? Should
don't know,
buy it a drink? I don't know.
we were right down by the lake, and yeah, I saw some snow come in, but nothing different than any other snow until.
Oh, you were here
Yeah.
for our snow
And-
squall, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, there was probably like I don't know, a 3-minute period where I looked outside and it was like, yeah, like there was a lot of snow
Imagine
coming
a
in.
winter storm only lasting about 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was really short.
Bam, gone.
It was
Yeah, it's like a winter storm that lasts 3 minutes. That's a snow squall.
squall.
Anyway, squall. So, is he talking? Or is he?
This is critical,
Oh,
but this aggression cannot go unanswered.
Ah, no, he's not live.
no, that's not.
He's sleeping. It's way past his bedtime.
He passed.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this. This cannot go unanswered. Well, you know the thing.
So I just sent you. I had sent you this. Had a quick minute to read it over, but the CDC,
The
the CDC,
good old CDC, the Child Development Center.
Yeah, it is.
Childhood. The new childhood development
It's no longer the Center for Disease
Control.
Yeah,
Center
it
for
is.
Disease Control / Childhood Development Center. Hey,
Yep.
that actually works.
It does work. The CDC has lowered its standards for early childhood development due to COVID-19 masks and lockdowns. So the CDC came out and said that
Our children can be dumber.
Yeah. So basically, it's now children should know 50 words at 30 months rather than 24 months. So they're saying to learn 50 words, you get 6 more months to learn those before you're considered like not at the correct.
Can't imagine why they would do that.
Well,
First of all, why the hell is the CDC setting the standards? What is the Center for Disease Control
have to
have
do.
to do with childhood development?
I don't know.
standards?
I don't know.
Because the
But-
only time the correlation there would be masks.
And that's exactly what
I think
the
I can
article
see.
talks about. Talks about the
Yeah,
fact
they-
that
they phonetically-
kids, if you can't see words
Right.
being pronounced, it's much harder to pronounce a word. From what I
Yeah.
again, why is the CDC in charge of that standard? Have they always been in charge of that standard? I don't know.
You think it'd be the Department of Education?
Right, and where are they on this?
Where is the Department of Education?
I
Who is the department? Well, they're that's
yeah.
I don't know.
So, I don't know. It was just really strange to me that it was the CDC putting that out.
It's got to be the tie to the mask, and it's got because the
It is.
picture shows kids in masks. I mean, kids still at work.
Mm-hmm.
Parents come in, no masks. Kids have masks, and the kids are wearing the mask like it's a religion, like it's a part of their wardrobe now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not at school. It's after school. You're on the side. You're out. But your little brother, who's 3, doesn't have a mask on. 2 or 3 because he's so hyper. He can't keep anything. He can't even sit still.
Right.
You're 5 or 6. You got the mask on, and your daughter's 7 or 8, who doesn't have a mask on, and mom and dad don't have a mask on. So you got the 4 or 5-year-old, 6-year-old boy is the only one with a mask on. What's the point? Because as soon as y'all get home or get in the car, you're all taking your mask. He's taking his mask off.
Right.
Where you've all been maskless, even if the mask, and it's a cloth mask, which we've all known now that the CDC says they don't work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these kids, I think, are just terrified.
Yeah.
I think it's more the kids. They want it.
They want it for the kids.
The kids want it. It's like it's their safety blanket.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Almost.
Yeah. It's like
It's been drilled into their head at school
That
that they have
it's-
to have this or they're going to die.
yeah.
And now they won't take it off ever
Right.
because they
that's
think they're going to die.
a scary thought.
And the parents probably just gave up and go, whatever, just wear the damn thing if you want to wear it. And the thing is, like, you know, nasty and dirty. And the kids, like, I mean, just,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it just irritates me the what people are doing to their kids, where there's common sense in this. It just doesn't, none of it makes sense.
Right. You're correct. I don't know.
So, speaking about stupid people,
Okay.
we got Putin again come up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Trump's fault.
Correct.
You want to take this?
Yeah, I'll pull up an article. Okay.
So as we all know, everything that ever happens on this earth is Trump's fault.
Yes.
Or within 2 to 3 seconds, it's going to be Trump's fault. So this whole war, you know, it's the 4 years of no war, 4 years of having Putin under control. However, the
Mhm.
Democrats are like, well, Trump is he's Putin's puppet, and he does what Putin wants him to do.
Yeah,
And
this
Trump says.
Yeah, so this article is from the Independent. Okay. And basically it goes over like what Trump said immediately after hearing that Russia invaded Ukraine. But he was quoted as saying that Putin was smart and that it was a genius, I think was one of the other quotes that Donald Trump said. And I'm sorry. If you're taking that as high praise, like he's like congratulating Putin, you're a blithering idiot. It is okay. It is okay to look at your enemy and say, wow, that guy's a genius. You're not commending him, but you're acknowledging the fact that what he did in the way that he did it was very smart. So, I mean, we have a tyrannical genius named Putin, and our commander-in-chief is a blithering, pants-pooping moron. So, just the fact that people are taking offense to what Trump said it just shows that there's so many people that can't think through a comment. They have to, just jump on the face value. Smart. It was smart. How he did it was smart. He got in there, didn't he? He
totally he fooled him.
He fooled.
He tricked everybody.
Fooled everybody, even you. go back 2 episodes or maybe just 1 episode where he said there will not be a war.
Yep.
And you were dead
You got
set on
me.
it. So he was smart, and he did exactly what I had a feeling, like he was going to wait for his little BFF now of China to finish the genocide games, and he was going to let him have his little day in the sun, and he wasn't going to invade during the Olympics. So how fast after the Olympics ended till the invasion? A day?
Yeah, and you got to look at Canada. Who is what everyone's saying now? Is like Canada. Who? What happened to Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Not a damn person mentions Canada anymore. Canada was all freedom, and now it's like Canada. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Justin Trudeau lifted the Emergency Act under cover of war.
Yeah.
Because nobody's paying attention to him anymore. And he's like, all right, we're just going to lift that thing over there that I tyrannically put into place as an authoritarian dictator. Because everybody was making a run at the banks for their money, and the financial system was going, dude, you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But now I see all these posts from other people in Canada that are like, man, as soon as my account was unfrozen, I took all my money out and everything, and they're putting it overseas. They're putting it anywhere else they can. They're putting it in their freaking mattress. They don't care. They're not going to let him have control of it. But you had so many people going after the financial system of the government. He couldn't, in front of everybody with the whole world paying attention to him, go, yeah, I was wrong. I'm sorry. All right, we'll lift it. But now it's like he literally has zero audience.
Yeah, and if what happened in Canada was not an eye-opening experience for a lot of people, you could go back and quickly rewatch some of the or reread what happened in Canada and how quickly it happened, and then get scared.
Yeah.
How easily, in the stroke of a pen, millions of assets were frozen.
They didn't even have the Emergency Act in place when they started doing all that.
Right.
The police were beating the shit out of people in the streets, freezing assets, pulling money, and they didn't even have the emergency declaration in place.
Right. So
it wasn't until after that when they actually voted. And they were talking about how it was going to be in place forever. Then you have war, and then it's like, just kidding.
Just kidding. Here we go.
Yeah. And now everything's back to normal, and nobody cares about Canada anymore till the next thing happens.
Well, I mean, really, how often does Canada make the news? It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Canada's never in the news for anything bad, really.
It's always lakes and fishing.
Yeah.
Curling. No.
Is the news in Canada even in Canada?
I don't know.
You just get world news. They're like, and
BBC.
What happened in Canada today was a moose ran down the road.
Nothing. Back to you, Joe. Back to you in the studio. We won't tell them where you are, though.
Yeah.
Because you're really not there. You're in Ukraine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Wasn't supposed to say that.
So.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, Canada kind of went quietly, and then it blurbed on the news, but then obviously, wars generally takes over, but the UK dropping all mask mandates.
Yep.
And Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boris Johnson.
I
Boris
know
Yeltsin.
that. Yeah. I always want to say Boris Yeltsin. I'm like, no, that's totally not it.
Right.
That's
wrong country.
Whoa. But yeah, Boris
the guy
Johnson,
with the Trump lookalike with the hair, with the bad hair.
He's like Trump's younger, weirder cousin.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. That likes to have parties on Downing Street.
Yeah. So what was it, a week ago? Like, he got caught at some party, and he was almost From what I understand, he was almost pretty much going to be out of office, and like, kind of, it was knocking on the door of like, hey, you really screwed up. We want you out of here. Then he lifted mask mandates, all mandates, and then war happened, and now he's kind of trying to go out there, and he gave a pretty decent address. I don't know if you heard it, but it's, people are trying to say like he's trying to be the next Churchill. Like, yeah, that's a long stretch. But at least he's out there. I will say, like, his conference, he was out there, and it wasn't like some light floofy, oh, we're now put sanctions out, and he sounded a little more, I don't know, ready to go, ready to protect. But then again, it is the other side of the world, and that is, Europe country area versus here in the States. But I was happy to hear Biden, at least on his address, he was adamant that no U.S. troops will be in Ukraine. I was happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to see any U.S. troops in Ukraine. We do not belong
He has
in
them
Ukraine.
over there under a support role.
Yeah, he's
not in a fighting role.
He's going in, like he did say, we will, bolster the NATO nations in the area, which is I 100% agree with, because that's the NATO pact. And if we were to balk on that, if Poland's sitting there like, we'd really appreciate if you had, like, I don't know, a couple thousand troops over here, because like, Poland doesn't have Poland doesn't have a really good track record if it comes to a world war. So yeah, I could see where they're like, yeah, we'll take a couple. The game of Risk, where you're like, yeah, just move a couple armies over there. But as for like the actual fight in Ukraine, I don't know. It's pretty much, I think it's going to have to be Ukraine and their direct allies, whoever's willing to go toe to toe with Russia, which I guess Putin said something about, like, if any country that opposes or does military action against us, you'll experience the wrath of, like, whatever it is. I don't know how he worded it.
It won't be good.
Yeah. It won't
Put
be
it that
good.
way.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and again, he knows he'll never. It's the mutually assured destruction. He knows he'll never take United States, but will he do enough damage to something? Or he'll probably go after, like, the cartel would. They're going to go after the grandmother, which they'll find a country or someplace that we really care about, and they'll take that out.
Like,
and they'll take out our cousins and uncles, and
like Puerto Rico.
And I don't know. They'll take out smaller things. They won't take out the United States directly, but they'll start going after the cousins and aunts and uncles, and you know what I mean? Just to make it hurt.
Right.
Because he knows he'll lose if he does even try to come to the United States. Thank God we got a Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Second Amendments.
Are we even allowed to
bang,
say
bang.
That?
How is Second Amendment Kyle doing?
I understand this article.
But he's a murderer. He was still called a murderer today.
Was he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not alleged. He's a murderer.
It
had something to do with Ukraine and the guns again, and said, well, like Kyle Rittenhouse, he's a murderer. Because he actually did, he shot 2 people with a gun. He's the murderer. He killed them. Okay, whatever.
Want to play it?
Yep.
Whatever makes you sleep at night.
And because of that, it seems like he is going after LeBron, buddy.
Yeah, LeBron and El Presidente
Whoopi.
Joe Biden.
Is he going after Whoopi too?
Yes, and Whoopi.
Karen.
Yeah, he's Rittenhouse is has sent out letters suing basically like defamation, suing wrongdoing of slander. Yeah.
Basically calling him a murderer.
Yeah.
Not and all you had to do is throw the word alleged in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you had to do. The alleged murderer, alleged gunman, the alleged slaughterer, alleged whatever. That's what you normally do if the person hasn't been convicted.
Like, allegedly, Whoopi Goldberg's a really good host on The View. Allegedly.
Well, that's actually a proven fact already that she's not.
Oh. Speaking
That
of The
way, I think
View.
you can get.
Speaking of The View.
Oh, Jesus, what now?
Joy Behar.
Joy Behar!
Did you hear what she said about the Ukraine? What's going on with Ukraine?
Oh, Lord, no.
So she got on this little
Is she somewhere
tangent
there
that she really wanted to go. Over the past 4 years, she's really been wanting to go visit Paris, right? She's like, well, the last 2 years, I haven't been able to go to Paris because of COVID. And now, with this whole Ukraine thing, I can't go to Paris for that? So Joy Behar is upset that Russia has invaded Ukraine because it's going to spoil her trip to Paris.
Oh, my God. Well, also it's the LGBTQ plus IZGs are mad because it's taking the attention away from them. John Kerry's pissed off because now people aren't paying attention to climate change. That's true. He says he doesn't want the Ukraine crisis to distract from climate change. Actually, he doesn't want the Ukraine crisis to distract from his paycheck.
Do we have like what's your CO2? What's the carbon footprint of a Russian tank?
Oh, hell, a lot more than
any idea?
How about my truck?
How about missiles and crap exploding? And I'm assuming that footprint raises a little bit.
A little bit more than an electric car or Tesla.
Guess we should get some green missiles.
They're always doing this narcissism stuff. It's just like, pay more attention to me. Why use it with Ukraine? You should be paying attention to me. It's like it. I'm like, my God, there's more to this world. Like, don't use gendered language. I mean, that is literally true. Let's see.
So here's a question for you. If we as a country really want to like move towards the electric vehicle movement, does that include military? Like, are we gonna have?
Oh my God, I don't even think you could.
Just have electric powered.
So, yeah, the electric tanks.
Yeah, electric.
So
tanks.
Here it is.
What's your invasion radius? 250 miles.
Are there charging stations in Afghanistan, in the desert, in the middle of nowhere? This girl already has shut her Twitter account down. Reminder not to assign gender to anyone from Ukraine when tweeting about World War III. Remember to use the correct term folks, F-O-L-X, when referring to all Ukrainian folks. It's not hard to be inclusive of all genders in Ukraine. Then you got Dana Hool at Dana Hool. Lots of people in Ukraine crowding together inside. Only 35% of Ukrainians have been vaccinated. Less than 2% have been boosted. Then you have,
So
Janelle Forsyth.
So when Russian troops are knocking on your door, do you ask them to mask up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They have to, and they stay 6 feet away. Bayonets. This isn't discussed much, but Putin very much benefits from white privilege.
Oh,
I just can't see a scenario in which a black or brown man running Russia would be allowed to invade Ukraine with no devastating consequences. See Crimea in 2014. White supremacy will destroy us. Then you have
yeah.
in one way, Putin did us a favor. Historically, every president running for re-election during a war has won. Fuck you, I'm serious. Anything that keeps Trump out of the White House, I embrace. Whiny bitches clutching their pearls and trying to police my tone will be blocked. If Trump gets back in office, we'll have the casualties from the war and the genocide of LGBTQIA people. I'm not effing kidding.
So
So they want more war and
that
dead people.
person
than Trump in
would
office.
rather have World War III than Trump in office.
Correct.
That's insanity.
Then you got Shalila. Please don't let Putin distract you from the issues that really matter. Ukrainian lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter. And then, of course, Angela Bellacamino, who I do believe is a satire account. But anyway, draft the unvaccinated. Yeah. So that's compliments of libs of TikTok.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Thank you for showing me that, because I needed more reason to waste my day after work. I was scrolling through today and I was like, libs of TikTok. Like, you weren't kidding. Man. I saw the one video. It was some teacher who said these Christian Republicans all need to get COVID and die. I don't know if you've seen that. I think there was some backlash on that one. So I don't know. I'm kind of not a fan of teachers saying that, the opposing, if you have a different political viewpoint, you should get COVID and die.
Conservative Christians need to get COVID and die. Texas teacher.
Yep.
And of course, they got the picture here of the burning building. Shocking picture of Kiev after being bombed by Russia. Just kidding. This is a peaceful protest in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a picture of Minneapolis burning.
So is.
Oh, we could have so much fun with this all day long.
There was one article I was thinking about going on, but I don't think I want to touch this one. I'll give the headline. Will parents of transgender kids be investigated in Texas? Governor order sparks fear and uncertainty.
Investigated for what?
The story highlights are Governor Greg Abbott ordered the Texas Child Welfare Agency to investigate reports of gender transitioning procedure, child abuse.
Oh, that explains why people are threatening. Why is Governor Abbott such a effing dick? I hope someone cuts his throat for threatening trans kids and their parents. That's what that would relate to.
Yeah.
So now they're threatening him blatantly on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But they still have their Twitter accounts.
Weird. So,
I mean,
I don't really know if I want to get in the weeds on that one.
Those banning gender affirming care opportunities have become law. Affirming gender. Oh, Jesus. I can't say I can't. I got to subscribe to all these stupid things. They're all behind paywalls.
Mm-hmm.
No, I will not pay you to read your stupid article that's reposted 5 billion other places on the web.
Mm-hmm.
Do paywalls actually work?
No, and I know of a way around paywalls.
Yeah. So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, our country is fucked. Oh, my audio skipped there a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, this is ridiculous. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and it's nighttime in Ukraine right now. It's what, about 4 a.m., 4:15, about that.
Yeah. Around there.
So the bombings shall commence until morale improves.
Mhm.
Yeah. So maybe we'll come on here on Saturday or something and do an update for a little
Yeah,
short
we
15
might
minute.
have to. I
This is
feel
gonna be a fast moving story.
it's gonna go. It's gonna go quick. I just don't see a prolonged thing. I think he's, flexed his muscles and he's gonna try and get whatever it is, whatever he's asking for, and I don't know.
If he's gonna take the country, he's gonna take it and take it over within the next day. So I would think by tomorrow at the end, or probably by the time you wake up tomorrow, Friday,
Yeah.
he should have by the end, by lunchtime, when it's all over, it should be knowing whether or not he's going to take the Capitol or not. If not by Saturday,
Right.
It's in the first couple of days. If he doesn't, it's just going to be a mess.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be too much fighting, and there's going to be too much destroyed in the country, and then it's just going to be an all-out disaster. So this cannot go on. This cannot be a 20-year war. There's no insurgency troops like to deal with, like you did.
Yeah.
And open just desert. This is 40 million people.
Yep.
Live in this country, and
also a huge area.
Yeah, there's a lot of mountains too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like flat.
Yeah, not like a giant wide open, no trees you can see for miles. You can hide anywhere.
Yep.
Pick them up.
I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
What's I'd say obviously the stock market today felt its little shudder.
See, and here it goes again. I posted, there goes the stock market. Stock market's going. You're losing all this. What did the Democrats respond with? Well, now's the time to buy. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
What about those of us that are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars? And you're like, oh, now's the time to get into it.
Get in now.
Yeah, now's the time to buy. That's the only reason. That's the positive, man.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say I'd say definitely my recommendation, just past experience, would be prepare yourself for high gas prices for a while. They've already been going up.
Don't go selling your 401k and pulling all that shit out of the stock market. It'll go back up.
Yeah.
Don't sell your entire portfolio.
Just sit there. Sit
tight. Don't take the penalties. Don't sell. I'm not a investment professional by any means. Don't panic. It ain't going nowhere.
I would highly recommend if you have a nice pickup truck and it might be tight. You might be paying $4, $5, $6 a gallon for a while. It will come back down. Mm-hmm. So don't sell your pickup truck for like a $25,000 loss, because I watched that happen.
Oh, Jesus.
I watched it happen.
Could spend an extra $1,000 this year in gas.
Do you know how much gas you could buy for that much?
Right.
It's like
don't go buy Teslas.
Because
electricity is going to go up too, guys.
Yeah, it all works together. And
the superchargers actually cost more than gas sometimes to use.
They're
not free. Superchargers aren't free. Green energy.
It's free. It comes out of
it's always there. I don't understand why they charge for it, because it's like always there. It's just there. It's not like they have to make more of it.
It's just the sun. You just put it in the battery, right?
Just plug it in. Jeez. Just put solar panels on the dog. Solar dog.
Solar.
Yeah, that's a long story.
Oh, all right. So
Someday
we'll-
go over solar dog.
I know we're at an hour. Normally we run a little long, but I know you need to sleep because
We got a snowstorm coming.
we got a snowstorm coming. Ours just passed through, so
Snow squall. Snow
you're
squall.
getting, you're getting what we get. So
So yeah, we got a snowstorm coming tonight. So everybody be careful out there, or have been being careful by the time you see this, because you won't see this until the storm is gone. But do be careful driving in the next day, tomorrow.
Yep.
And throughout the nice cold weekend, and then it's supposed to warm up and then snow again.
Yep.
So great.
and I think we'll try for if there's something like really big newsworthy, we'll try and do it like a set.
Yeah.
Um,
If anything big
Otherwise, we'll-
happens.
stick to our normally scheduled programming.
The exclusion zone around Chernobyl. That's what it's called. The exclusion zone.
Yes. Great.
It's like the
Not
no-no.
terrible. All right.
The no place.
Whatever the saying was in that movie or that
What was it?
series. 3.2 rot gems.
I don't know.
Good. Not great. Whatever it said. Like, it's good. Not great.
Not great. You go
All
there
right.
and your film develops itself.
Oh.
Wow.
So
Never have to shave again.
terrible. All right.
Okay.
On
On that note,
that note, I don't know. I don't even know
I'm
how
Dave.
we've been on. And I'm Dave.
I don't know. All right. We'll figure out some cute little ending at some point. But all right.
All right. Have a good
It
night.
is 2:24, 22. You guys, we missed 2:22, 22. We should have done a 2:22, 22, 22. So we could sit here and go, look, it's all twos. And then got argument.
The tutu. All right.
Yeah, all right. We didn't do that. But anyway. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later, everyone.